What is up, besties? Welcome back to another episode. I am Sam.
And I'm Taylor. So glad that you're back here joining us on this lovely Friday. Well, for us, it's Wednesday, but you're listening on Friday. And it's Wednesday, and today I have to go to the dentist and get 2 fillings. Awful, horrible, gross. But, yeah, that's super annoying. But that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing today. I have been texting one of my guys that I've been going on gym dates with. I don't want to go to the gym with him. He's already at the gym, which is thank goodness.
Right.
Because I don't want to go to the gym with him. But maybe we can go on a walk on Ladybird or something later.
Yeah.
That would be the goal.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. We didn't upload on YouTube last week.
We did. See, the issue was I didn't realize that I scheduled to go up. I do it on Wednesdays. I didn't realize that it didn't go up. It just said unable to upload. I didn't realize that. I thought it went up normal. And then on Friday when people were there's no YouTube, I'm there is a YouTube. We filmed it and I put it on YouTube. It just didn't go through. So I think by Monday I redid it. So it is up on YouTube. All of them have been on YouTube for the last 2 months ish. They've all been on YouTube. If you didn't know, you can watch them there if you so prefer. You guys have been every one we post does better than the last on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, every one we post is always
See,
1
I'm
of 10.
dressed like a bum right now because I'm no one watches it on YouTube.
It's not that many people.
Yeah.
It's they get 1,500 views.
Yeah.
Which I mean, when you think about it,
that is a lot of people.
If
but
1,500 people were sitting in front of us right now, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
And that's just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm just dressed like a bum. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Next time I'll dress up for you guys.
No,
I'm looking you in the camera right now and I'm saying it.
But
I will
here's
dress cute.
the thing. Yeah, we could dress up for them, but also this is
my house.
Us.
Yeah, this is us. This is my house.
Yeah, when we're home.
Yeah.
This is literally our house. And also this is just us. I mean we put makeup on and do our hair. We're not gremlins.
Yeah.
But
it just makes me feel more alive when I have makeup on.
Well, then you make a clip. Sometimes I make a clip for reels and I'm
yeah.
If I don't have cute makeup on, I'm oh, I look crusty.
Oh, and also the Instagram. So on Instagram, on the podcast Instagram, I did last week a quiz for you guys to take. And I absolutely loved the engagement we got on the quiz of just seeing who's caught up to date and who's actually listening to the podcast episodes. And 80% of the people that viewed the stories were answering the questions. Mm-hmm. And so many of you got 100% on the quizzes. And it just feels so good knowing that y'all are actually listening. Y'all are invested.
Yeah, I feel our listeners are all very engaged. And if you listen to the podcast, you're very engaged. So we just appreciate your guys' engagement. Because I feel very the people that listen are my best friends. Yeah,
no, seriously, I feel every time we come on here I'm just recording a FaceTime call. It's obviously one-sided, but when you guys get to listen it's two-sided, if that makes sense, because you guys are engaging with us, but then it's we're recording it right now and we don't get to hear back from you until after it's uploaded. But even when we meet you guys in person, sometimes I'm oh, yeah, this past weekend we were out and one of you guys came up to us at Latchkey. I'm yeah, this is Latchkey. This is where we usually come. This is where we stand on the tables. Oh, have you met Haley? Because she came up to us while 2 of our friends were there. I was oh, do you know Haley? Do you know Hunter? And she's oh yeah, trust me, I know. I'm okay, good. You're caught up.
Yeah, and we told them we're they know who you guys are.
Yeah.
And they were wait, really? I was
yeah.
Yeah. You guys are the little, you're characters in a book.
Yeah.
They know who you are.
Haley, well, it's funny too, because every time we're out and one of you guys comes up to us, Haley will always in the background just be it's me, Haley, from the vlog. We're Haley, I think they know who you are.
She's and I'm Haley. But yeah, so fun. But speaking of last week, during the week, I did so much dancing. So that was fun. I took 3 dance classes. Always a good time.
On Thursday, we went to that movie premiere.
Yes, we went to go see a movie. We saw
and it
Air.
Was so good.
So good.
I love
really good.
Solid hour-and-a-half movie, and that's what it was.
It was over in the perfect amount of time. There wasn't a lot of crap in the movie.
My thing with movies is my ADHD is so bad that I need to take my Adderall if I'm gonna watch a movie.
That's really bad.
No, it's so bad. And I didn't. I don't take my Adderall ever just because I hate the feeling of what I feel when I'm on Adderall. We were talking about this past weekend. I just don't like taking it. I like being a goofy, like talkative goofball. And then like when I'm not like that, I just feel like kind of depressed. Like when I used to take it in high school, like I wasn't like depressed, but I was just like sad and not myself.
Yeah. But the movie was so freaking good. I love learning random backstories about really popular things. Like it was all about how they like made Air Jordans, and it was so cool. And like obviously like we wear a lot of freaking Nike, so it was just cool to like learn about.
PR agency that's based out of Austin reached out to me and invited us to it, and we went. And now I think because we went to that one movie premiere, now I'm like on her PR list of like invitations for movie premieres.
And it was such like a random group of people. I'm like, who? Like, what is
like
this?
what is going on? But now we got invited to another movie premiere that's in like 2 weeks, which that movie looks like scary. Like I don't do bloody like vicious movies, and that one is, so like maybe we'll go to it. But I just think it's really cool that like we get to see movies before they're out, because what we're doing right now is exactly what the PR agency wants us to do.
We literally just talked about the movie. Yeah, we literally just did it. It was a really good movie.
It was. You guys should all go see it. It's Air. I think it's already out now. It's an hour and a half.
Wow,
long.
I cannot believe that we really just like, it works. Like, it was a good movie.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, and it was cool to like go out and do something random like that.
I know.
Like
even getting out of the house and doing like sober activities like that is so fun.
So fun.
Movies.
Anything else happened during your week?
No, not really. I wanted to lay so low key last week because we went out twice that weekend before that, and I knew I like didn't really want to like do much.
Yeah, I didn't do much, and then we also had a very chill weekend.
No, we didn't. I didn't.
You didn't.
I did not have a chill weekend.
Kind of. We didn't go out Saturday, but you were like do on your own shit. But like I had a very chill weekend.
Yeah. Well, Friday was a lot of fun. So as you guys know, Friday is like our like low key days in terms of like work. Like we have like little computer work that day, but like when I wake up Friday morning, like I'm mentally preparing myself to go out like at night on Friday. So we started our night like on the earlier side on Friday. We got ready. Like I had a facial at I think 2, got back by 4, and we started getting ready to go out. Yeah. And we literally went straight to like the bars, just Taylor and I, at 7:30. We went to Lucky Duck, which is like one of our favorite, like, or at least my favorite. Is it one of your favorites?
I like starting there. I think it's fun.
Starting there, because the espresso martinis are chef's kiss. And it was like 7:30. We were there for an hour. We had one drink there. Well, we had a drink to start.
That's the thing, because we had a drink to start, and I was like buzzing.
Yeah, but okay, so I made a drink too. Back at the apartment at our house, I made like an espresso martini. And we have like fake shot glasses, so they're like half shot glasses. So I think that's why my drink like didn't make me feel anything, because I don't even think I put like a full shot in.
Yeah, I did 2 of the little glasses.
Yeah, I didn't. So like it didn't really like do much for me. But then when we got to Lucky Duck, those drinks were strong.
Yeah, so I drink mine so slow, because I was like, one thing about me, I'm not trying to be drunk at 8:30.
Yeah.
No, I was like, I would want to very, very slowly drink this. I was like, why did this one margarita I just made literally make me tipsy? It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I didn't realize Lucky Duck has like not a vending machine, like an arcade, like,
claw machine
of just rubber ducks. And I was like, no fucking way. Like, we need to do this right now. So Taylor and I, just the two of us, are just like going crazy in the corner of the bar, like on this like claw machine getting ducks. And we got 4 ducks. And we're sitting at the picnic tables in the back with the 4 ducks, just the two of us.
Picture this, 2 girls tipsy off 2 drinks playing with their rubber duckies.
And we're like naming them names.
Yeah, we're like, why don't hot guys talk to us at the bar? I don't know, maybe because you're sitting in the corner.
I'm like shoving them like in my boobs playing with and shit. I'm like, this is so fun. I love my rubber ducks. And then so we're texting like our group of guy friends, and we're like, okay, meet us here. And if you don't meet us here, like let us know like when you're planning on like leaving, because we're gonna go straight over to Latchkey, because Latchkey's line has been so long to the point where we can't even get in anymore. So I was like, I need to make sure we get in. So at 8:30, we went over to Latchkey, and we're the only ones there, basically. Like, the dance floor is empty, and it's just, like, dead. But the sketchiest fucking thing happened to us when we walked in there, guys. Picture this. We're walking to the back room. So when you first walk into Latchkey, you're walking inside. It's dark. It's 2 different bars. There's bar chairs, people sitting. Like, it's dark. It's gloomy. But then when you go through that section and you get to the outside section in the back, it's like a dirt hill with like picnic tables and like a stage. We get out there and there's like these older people. I think there was like 6 or 7 of them, all men, besides one woman. And she locks eye contact with me when we walk outside. And she just immediately gets out of her chair and just goes, come here, gorgeous. And I'm like, oh God, like what's going on? And she was like, what is your name? And I introduced my name. They were being super, super nice at the time. But then she offers to buy us a drink.
She literally is just like, what do you want? And then like so out of the blue, I'm like, what the hell? Like it was just so bizarre when like one girl's being nice to you in a group of dudes. Like, hello, red alert. That's literally
sex trafficking.
Yeah, like what? Like, there's like serial killers in Austin now too. I'm like, what the fuck? But like very public place, so I wasn't like
like we know all the workers there at this point. Like they know, like I know who
public place, and we weren't gonna like leave with them.
And
you
it's
know
only
what I mean?
8:30 too. Like I knew.
Yeah, no. Like it was so like public that I wasn't like scared for myself because
it was just like
I was just like, you are a sketchy person, but I wasn't in fear because I knew that I was in a public place.
Yeah, but I just had to like vocalize it to Taylor. Like, so she turned around for a second and was like talking to like her friends again. Which keep in mind, like all these men are like 40 years old.
They're old, yeah.
Like old men. And I turned to Taylor, I go, are you like a little bit sketched out? Like, are you drinking this quick? Like, I'm not drinking this quick. Like, because she went up to the bar with like another one of the guys to get the drinks.
Yeah, and brought back drinks. I literally did not drink mine. Like, I just wanted, because I have a fear of like, if someone is sketchy, like making them mad. Like, I didn't want her to be like, drink, like, you know, like make me. So I was just like, barely like putting the straw in my mouth, and then like once they left I was like, okay, this is probably safe now, and like our friends are here, and like if this had drugs in it, like I guess our friends would take us home. Like they can't like kidnap us, you know what I mean? They're gone, and like our friends are here. But I was like not drinking it, but I didn't want her to be like, I don't know, like weirded, and like they could have been fucking normal.
No, 100%, but you
have to like be on guard.
To be like that than not.
Yeah, you have to be on guard.
An airhead about that shit. So that happened, and then all of a sudden Haley shows up, and then now it's like all of us, and then Haley, and then we were like, oh my God, like she just bought us a drink, like how weird, whatever. But then to try to get out of the conversation with like those people, I looked at Haley and go, where's Hunter? Like, haha, isn't he coming soon? Because I'm like, okay, guy friend coming, like red alert, like let these people know that we have a guy coming. Mm-hmm. And then as I'm saying that, fucking Hunter walks into the bar, and I'm like, Hunter's here, yay! And then that's when we kind of just like left that group, and it was just like the 4 of us hanging out, like our friends.
But definitely be on alert. Like there's some sketchy shit going on in Austin recently, and in any city, like be on high alert of your surroundings.
Do not travel anywhere alone. Like I know me and Taylor, like we went out alone, like the 2 of us, like all the time we used to do that, but like we weren't getting like fucking smashed and like obliterated. Like we like would go out, the 2 of us, and like get home together. Like we were never like,
but even then, even in 2, you can't be like alone in bars. No. I went out alone without Sam one time and had the worst thing happen to me. I will never go out alone ever again.
So I was saying to like one of our guy friends this past weekend, I was like, like me and Taylor, you will never ever see us not going and leaving like together, like alone, like ever.
You
like,
leave alone.
Yeah, but some like I'm usually like, if I leave alone, like, oh, I got in the Uber with fucking Connor that one time, or like I left and like I'm not like actually leaving by myself.
Yeah.
Like for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless it's like super early and I'm like dead sober and I'm like, I just want to go fucking home. But like if I'm like obliterated, I'm not leaving alone. But yeah, anyways, back to our random night. So we were like chilling at that point. It's like 9:30, and then the rest of our guy friends get there, and I don't know how, but I got so fucking drunk so quickly. And actually, no, I do know why. It's because I had the flask, and every time I have the flask, Hunter is the worst influence on that flask. He's like, oh, let's add more to our drink. And then I'm like, okay, like I don't need it, but like if I'm gonna pull it out, I might as well add more to my drink.
Yeah.
So then I ended up adding like so much to my drink because I'm giving him some, but then also I'm like, okay, well I want some.
Yeah, recently like being like, because I didn't really drink that much on Friday, like not because I'm like the greatest person ever, just because like the lines for the bathrooms are long, and sometimes I start needing to pee and I don't want to drink more because I don't want to wait in line for the bathroom. And then I ended up being sober. Probably not. I think you were past the point of caring about peeing.
Yeah, I don't think I went pee once.
But being like kind of sober. Oh, and I'm trying to drink less because I really want my skin to clear up, and I think alcohol breaks me out. So, you know, pick your battles. I'm trying to drink less because if that's going to mean less pimples in the morning, we do what we got to do. But anyways, I digress. Being like sober, I'm like, holy fuck. Everyone when they're drunk does look crazy. Like y'all are crazy. Like just like watching a bunch of drunk people when you're like not that drunk is like, what are you doing?
It's so funny. There's 2 sections in Latchkey where we hang out. It's either the picnic tables or the back corner of that bar near the stage. Those are the only 2 sections, and that's how I always am able to find people. But there was one point where we were all over in that corner, and it was just like all of us guys, all the girls like hanging out. Like I was pulling out the flask, or pouring the flask into drinks. Like, is that when you took the shot?
That was like in the beginning of the night.
Yeah, in the beginning of the night. And then that's when we ended up going over to the picnic table. And I was like,
yeah,
we gotta like secure the picnic table.
Wait, I think I'm in my Fireball era because I don't like shots of anything else. Really? Like I did a lemon drop shot, gross. Green tea shot, gross. Fireball shot.
Oh my God, no.
Decent.
Wait, have you ever had McGillicuddy's?
No, what'd you just say?
Oh my God, McGillicuddy's. It's so fucking good. Like back in college and high school, McGillicuddy's and Fireball were like the 2 nips that people would carry around. Fireball's obviously like the cinnamon whiskey, and then McGillicuddy's is like, it tastes like fucking like mouthwash.
Like Rumplemints?
It's like minty. It's so good.
Is it Rumplemints?
What's Rumplemints?
The mint liquor that everyone takes shots of at the bar.
I don't know.
What?
Maybe.
Is that like the actual name or is it slang?
It's called, yeah, it's like the McGillicuddy's, like they're like, it's green and white, but you like, we would buy it in sleeves. Which no one does that here. Like buying nips and sleeves and like just bringing them to bars.
They do it at
parties.
Like Fireball stuff comes like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. And then McGillicuddy's also comes like that too. And you buy it in like a sleeve of like 10. Like we would literally back in college like buy a sleeve of nips. And that would be like our alcohol for the day. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So people do shots of like Rumplemints at bars, which is also mint. And they do that.
Yeah.
And it's like mouthwash.
Like I like doing those. But I don't know if I would do it like, I don't know, at the club or at the bars. But McGillicuddy's was my big thing. I never did the Fireball. And that's because my brother got fucking so drunk his freshman year of high school off of Fireball and had to literally go to the hospital and almost get his stomach pumped. And like when something scars somebody like that, it kind of scars me. So I'm like, I don't want Fireball now because of that.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Well, I think it's like a fun shot to do because the green tea shots are literally disgusting. But I like had such a chill night, like literally just like vibing with everyone, like having, it was fun, but we started so early that I was like, I want to get out of this place.
Well, that was like the goal though. Like I wanted an early night. I even said to Taylor at the very beginning of the night, I go, I want to be home by midnight. I don't care what you're doing, what I'm doing. Like midnight comes around, we're ordering.
We were home by like 11:45.
Yeah. And my sneaky link was there. And at the very beginning of the night, like we had been like, not like attached by the hip, but like kind of near each other. And like I was probably like a little bit hard to get all throughout the night. Like every time he would get near me, I'd like run away and like go talk to somebody else. And then he'd like follow. And I was like, okay, so I know he like wants it. And I was like, he's into me. So then like we were just like hanging out, whatever. Taylor's all right, we're leaving.
And he goes, should I come? I was like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. She'll enjoy that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but also, can you call the Uber? Because I have no service at this bar. So I was like, can you call it? My phone's not working. And he's like, that's why I need to come so I can call the Uber. I'm like, no. I'll Venmo you for it if you want. Like, if you're broke, just say that.
Yeah.
But I don't have service. So if you don't call it, we're stuck here forever because my phone doesn't fucking work. And I was able to get in bed because my sneaky link was still out of town. So I had quite boring nights. But I don't know, I just love going out in a chill vibe where I don't feel like crap. Like I can't with like the waking up in the same outfit with like your makeup on or like going to bed at like 5 a.m. No, I really can't. Okay, Sam has to go take a piss. So I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, like I just like can't do that. Like I don't know. I'm supposed to be 22 years old. I'm supposed to be living like how Alex Earl lives, right? I really can't do it. I like chill nights where I still have fun, but I don't feel like I went balls to the walls. It's really perfect. And that's why I like that's why I'm trying to just be like wifed up because I don't even feel like getting drunk and like talking to a bunch of dudes. Like I'd rather have fun with my friends and like, no, I got a man. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like getting super trash just to like talk to people and like be out, which I haven't been doing anymore. And hopefully it helps my fucking face too, because I feel like the more I drink, the worse my acne is. And I don't know if that's because the more I drink, the worse I do taking off my makeup, or because of the alcohol. I don't know. I guess we're doing an experiment and you'll have to see.
I experimented with alcohol this past weekend.
You did.
And it actually works. I kind of fucked up this past weekend with it, but so the last few weekends I felt like I'm allergic to alcohol because I lose my voice so quickly, and it never used to be a problem. And you know what? It never used to be a problem because the only alcohol I would ever consume was tequila. I would never cross paths with vodka or whiskey or any of that stuff. So I thought, like, I was like, okay, whatever, like, let's just go back to like drinking only tequila. So 2 weekends ago, not this past one we just had, but the weekend before that, I did only tequila, and I did such a good job at it, besides some seltzers because we were at that pool party and I wanted some seltzers with like the tequila as like a mixie. And I woke up the next morning and my voice was totally fine, and I was like, what the fuck, like, is this legit? Is this gonna work? So then this past weekend I did the same exact thing, and then on fucking Saturday morning, my voice was fine. It was great. But then I came to the problem on Sunday where I was losing my voice like a lot throughout the entire day, as it was like a lot coming, whatever. And I don't know why, but maybe it was because
there was vodka in the espresso martini.
Yeah, like there was a few different drinks. Like I just like wasn't as cautious that weekend with my drinks. So I'm like, fuck, like I fucked up. But I do think, I don't know what alcohol it is, whether I'm allergic or if it's just because I'm crossing over different type of alcohols, I lose my voice. So I'm going to try my best to stick to only tequila.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'll let you guys know this coming weekend when I go to Tampa if I stick to it and if I lose my voice or not.
Yeah, I feel like in Tampa you're not going to stick to it.
I think I'll do a good job.
Okay.
I hope. I don't really want to drink a lot.
Okay.
Like I'm going to drink, like, I'll probably drink like twice when I'm there, but I'm not gonna be like getting like hammered. Like I'm gonna be with my brothers. Like,
yeah,
like I'll be fun drunk, but I'm not gonna be like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I'm the big sister. I gotta be the mature one.
Yeah, and if you're not here this weekend, I'll probably have like a fairly chill weekend.
Yeah,
because like we said, we can't go out.
Yeah,
getting trashed alone, that's dangerous. So I probably will have a fairly chill weekend this weekend.
Yeah,
but then on Saturday,
I was ready to go that morning. I was like not hungover.
Yeah, really
we
ready
went on
to
a walk, man.
We had such a good morning. So for our haters, this is for you. They go out and sleep all day and don't. This is for you. Okay. We woke up. We got Starbucks. We went on a long walk and chit chatted. We live in like a family neighborhood, bro, and we're like talking about our dick. Yeah, it's like, and it's like people are probably like old ladies like on walks are probably like, well, like we're drinking our coffee, and it's like, no, yeah. And then he came over, like we're literally like,
I just want to be wiped up already.
Like we're like debriefing the whole night on our long walk. I think we need to do that
every Saturday.
I like that better than going to a drive-through.
Yeah, me too. Because we're like walking and chatting about dick and
the
boys.
next time my sneaky link's here, I'm like, want to come on a walk?
Yeah, want to come with us?
Want to come on a walk?
Yeah, no, that's the only downfall of having sneaky links over is we can't like have our like debrief.
Yeah, well, like the thing is, like now, like
he can be a part of it.
I'll tell him anything.
Yeah, I know.
And like, what am I gonna debrief?
Yeah, right.
Talk about him to you in front of his face.
Yeah. But then after our little debrief moment, we went to Trader Joe's because I was like, I need to go to Trader Joe's because I know we're gonna have a Sunday fun day and I'm not gonna have time to go to Trader Joe's. So we went to Trader Joe's on Saturday.
Went to Trader Joe's. Like, and talk about a perfect day.
I know. And on the way back, your girl picked up from a friend of hers some shroomies because I wanted to have myself a fucking day, man. Yeah. Sitting by the pool on shrooms, looking at the sky, melting in the water. Oh, and it was a good time.
Yeah, Sam had a day. We were chilling by the pool, got a little tan on. It was nice and hot. It was nice to just be chilling by the pool with our friends, hanging out. And then I really did not want to go out that night just because I really was just like staying in and getting a good night's sleep. Sounds immaculate, and I don't want to go out. So we were at the bar. I mean, we were at the pool, and like Hunter and this random guy were like, "Oh, they have a table." I was like, "Oh no!" I don't want to do that.
Guys, here's the thing with me on shrooms is random people I don't know, I cannot like
be with you.
I cannot hang out with you or like talk to you or have an encounter with you. So Taylor went over and I skirted out.
She's like scurries away. I'm like, okay, well.
I'm like, bye.
So I literally told Hunter, I'm like, well, if you don't want to go out, you guys should just come over and chill, and we can just like hang out at the house and balcony. Vibe and hang out, and vibe. So then they're like, okay, yeah, we're coming. I'm like, perfect, because like going out just like was not the move, but I love hanging out with my friends, so like please come over. And I love when people come to our house because then I have my bed, like
got my dog,
great, got my cat, got my book, like we're okay. So they just came over, hung out, smoked a little weed, have a great old time, and then we went and got ice cream, like just vibes.
It was a good night. And then like the thing with me like in shrooms is like I just want to like, so my come up is like on shrooms is like, oh my god, I want to like relax, like lay down, like look at the sky. But then the come down, oh girl, I want to party. I want to fucking party. I want to dance. I want to listen to loud music. I want to like run around. So I had to like really force myself to stay in that night.
Yeah, but I was like, you will like really appreciate this. Like the next day, like, you will feel really good when you realize that you didn't do anything and you wake up and you have like the whole day. It also feels good because we have so much fun on Sundays out and about with our friends. This. Why? Okay. Like what the hell? Oh, and we're back. Quick break because Sam was going to shit her pants.
That was like really bad.
Okay, are you all right?
No, I'm on my period.
Period poops.
They're the worst.
Period poops. Should we do a period episode?
No.
Why? You don't want to do an episode talking about like periods?
Yeah, maybe one day. Like right this second. I don't know. My fucking body.
Period poops suck. But anyways, what I was saying, we've been having Sunday fun days. Not necessarily drinking Sunday fun days. But like it's so fun to just be in the city, like out and about with our friends, vibing, hanging out on a Sunday. It's really a good time. It's truly so fun.
Yeah, I love it. Like, so even if I'm not drinking, like, our friends are the type of friends where it's like
fun.
They're fun. No, well, I mean, they're drinking, but we're not. But like, we're able to have fun and be ourselves with them.
So
even if
fun.
We don't drink.
So like, I was like sober the whole time. It was still so fun. Stay out the whole afternoon, just vibe. So I would rather like stay in at night and have a day on Sunday. Like,
yeah, me too.
It's fun. Like, it just is more fun to me. Yeah. I think it's more enjoyable. So we vibe, we hang out. There's like live music at Latchkey. Like, we're literally at Latchkey again on Sunday. Like, we're on South Congress, just like bopping around town.
I did shrooms so again.
Fun. Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. So I bought a chocolate bar, and I didn't want like to have the whole thing to myself.
Right, because that's.
Like, I would have ended up just like.
Because then you need rehab.
Yeah, no. But like I would have ended up like I only want to do like shrooms like once or twice a month. And if I had that whole ass chocolate bar just like sitting in my house, like I ended up would have just like on my own just like taking it. So I was like, here boys, like I got some shrooms, like take it with me. And so we all took like took it and they were drinking. So like they got really fucked up and they're all one of our guy friends is like blaming me. He's like, Sam, like this is the like I can't believe you did this to me. Like what the heck is wrong with you? I'm like, bro, like you're fine. You're just drunk too. Like whatever.
Yeah, they were really.
But they were all having fun. Like they were having so much fun, and we were like dancing to music and like singing and like just vibing and like giggly. We were so giggly like all day.
Yeah, everyone was really just having a good time. I had to leave earlier than the rest of the crowd because my sneaky link was coming home, and I wanted to go home and hang with him, obviously. So I left, even though I left, so it was like 5. Like we had a whole day. Left and came home, and then Sam stayed out for a little bit with our friends.
Yeah, I stayed out because my sneaky link was still out, which my sneaky link wasn't drinking that day. So I was like the one. So last Sunday, he was the one that was drinking, and I was the sober one. And so roles got reversed this past weekend, and I was the one that was just like in her own world, and he was the sober one, just taking care of everyone. So I was like, nice. I ended up going back with him too. So we were both with our sneaky links, and. Yeah, then I came home around like 9 and we started our week.
Yeah, also my sneaky link did listen to the podcast and he knows I call it my sneaky link, so.
Yeah, same.
Cat's out the bag. He's like, I heard you call me your sneaky link. And I'm like, that's what you are.
Yep.
And you're nothing. No, I'm kidding.
You're nothing more than that.
No, I'm totally kidding. But should we get into the episode?
Hell freaking yeah, we should.
Today we are doing how to have a slim waist and a fat ass.
Yeah, because you ladies.
Because at the end of the day, that's what y'all want.
Yeah, like that's all you want, really.
That's truly what more. You don't need a man. You don't need money. You don't need anything. You need a little waist and a big ass.
Mm-hmm. So we're doing the top 10 fundamentals to achieving your goals.
Right, because contrary to popular belief, like wanting to look a certain way isn't bad. Yeah. It's all right, and we're gonna teach you how to do it properly.
Yeah, the healthy way.
The healthy way, the right way, the smart way. Mm-hmm. We got you.
So we're just going to go bullet it off and, talk about it. So number one, most important throughout this entire thing is going to be understanding that this is going to be a process.
Yes.
I cannot stand seeing like all over social media, like how to get like a thick booty, like slim waist, whatever, in like 30 days or like my 30-day guide or my whatever day guide. It's like everything is so number fixated when everyone's journey is so fucking different.
Yeah. People are like, how long did this take you? I'm like, this whole amount of years. And then people are like, have you reached your goal? I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, it's like
it never ends.
It never ends. Like, yes, technically I reached my first goal. Like if old me saw the way I look now, she'd be like,
fuck
what
yeah.
the fuck, bitch? But like looking at me now, I'm like, I still have so long to go. This is quite literally a journey for the rest of your life once you start. Like once you're in the gym and like trying to get in shape, it is a journey for the rest of your life of making yourself always better. Even if like physically you don't want to get better anymore, like looks wise, like there's always something that like you're going to want to improve on and you're going to be working on it for the rest of your life. But simply just like putting on muscle mass, especially when you want to grow something and shrink something else, that's a long process of building and losing, not necessarily bulking and cutting. You don't have to like full on bulk, full on cut, but just like consistency for years.
Yeah. And if you aren't going to be taking like the like hardcore bulk cut route, it's going to take a little bit longer, of course, like doing like the whole like maintenance and like just kind of, even if you're not tracking, like it's going to take a little bit longer. So just know that with going into this, like don't compare your journey to anybody else and don't expect like quick fixes.
Yes.
Number two is going to be making sure you are going to be hitting your lower body workouts at least 2 to 3 times per week.
Yeah, I wouldn't do more than 3.
Yeah, no.
That seems a bit too much. I don't even know how you would structure that for your split. That's quite a lot. And if you have the energy in your body to hit legs like that much, then your leg days probably aren't that like hard. Like I personally do 2 leg days right now and I cannot do 3.
And if you're specifically wanting like glutes, like a peachy butt, perky butt, make sure you are hitting glutes twice a week. Like I know people will set up their workouts with like, all right, I'm doing like posterior leg day and then I'm doing like
quads.
Yeah, like quads and whatever. But if you do that, like at least make sure like 1 or 2 exercises on like your quad day incorporate glutes. So that way you are hitting glutes like twice a week.
Yeah, I'm currently doing, I kind of switched it from like glutes and hamstrings and quads to glutes and hamstrings and quads and glutes.
Yeah.
And I kind of do full, like my first leg day is very just glutes and hamstrings. And then my second one is kind of like a full leg day. That's how I've been structuring it, and that I like that.
Yeah. So just make sure you are hitting whatever muscle group you want to work. Like literally this is going to go for anything you ever want to do. If you want to grow your back, you want to grow your shoulders, anything, make sure you're hitting that muscle group at least twice a week.
Yes, ma'am.
And then number 3 is going to be, believe it or not, upper body is going to help you with that illusion of getting a smaller waist.
Yeah, you want your proportions to be good. That's what you want. When you see a bodybuilding show, and that is something that is done so much because you want that really like tight midsection when you're bodybuilding, like bikini girls like really like grow their shoulders and stuff. It's creating that frame that makes that like illusion of bigger on the top, smaller in the middle, bigger on the bottom. So you want to train your upper body. I also always tell people that they need to be training their upper body because so many things with my leg day I can only do now because I have a strong upper body. Like when I do like dumbbell squats with like 150 pound dumbbell, if I didn't train on upper body, I couldn't hold that.
Yeah.
Like that's really important, and like lifting heavier with like everything you're doing and like compound movements is strength everywhere, because it's like, how are you gonna hold like over 200 pounds on your back for a squat if you have no back muscle?
Yeah.
How are you going to hold that?
Exactly.
And then it's like you're not going to make glute progress because you're weak and you can't hold weight. So yeah, I get that all the time. Like, how are you holding like 180 pounds for RDLs? I'm like, because I'm strong. Yeah. Like, because my arms are strong and my back is strong. And if I never did upper body, I wouldn't be able to pick that up.
And when it comes to also, I want to keep in mind with like the whole like illusion of like curves, Taylor and I both came from a background of being very small, very skinny. Yes, at the time we had abs because we were really small, really skinny, but we didn't have curves.
I had no body fat. I was a rectangle.
Like, we did not have curves. Like if you look at my like transformation photos and videos of like myself like 2-3 years ago, I was literally like a rectangle. I had no curves to my body whatsoever. Yes, I had a small waist, but I didn't have the illusion of a small waist. Like I'd look in the mirror and like there was just no curves there. So now that I hit upper body, hit lower body, like I have the illusion of a hourglass figure. Like if you were to look at it, like I have the curves now because I have lats that literally fucking are breaking out of like my corset tops now.
Yeah, so I don't even think my waist like measurement wise has gotten smaller, but it looks it in pictures. Yeah, like I look like snatched when before I was like I was built like a door.
Yeah. So if you want to be doing like a split of like consistently hitting upper body and lower body, like make sure you have at least 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days at the least if you're only going to the gym like 4 days a week. I'm only going to the gym 4 days a week in lifting. I'm currently doing 2 lower body days, a shoulder and arms day, and a back and bicep day. So that's mine.
Yeah, and I'm on my push-pull legs grind.
Yeah. And then number 4 is going to be do not overdo it on your cardio.
Yes. So we obviously, like Sam said, came from we're very skinny and we were growing. So that's definitely like where this is like coming from. If you're trying to grow, you can't be doing insane amounts of cardio and putting yourself in an insane deficit. You would rather go slow and steady and just always be doing steps, have a few cardio sessions in the week that aren't anything crazy. You do not need to be slaving on a Stairmaster for an hour. There's no need for that at all. You do not need to be running like 10 miles a day. Like you have to know your goals. And at the end of the day, like someone like me where I was so small and it takes a lot for me to gain weight. When I say I kind of cut cardio, people are like, you can do cardio and make gains. I'm like, maybe you can. My body literally burns through food so fast that if I was consistently doing cardio, I could not put on a lot of muscle. Because my body runs through without eating like 5,000 calories a day. And that's miserable to eat that much food. So I have to cut back on cardio, but there's no reason to be slaving away on cardio when your food and your lifting should just be priority and cardio is like your third.
Yeah. Especially like everything, like when you are lifting, like you are going to be building up muscle, which we've talked about this in, I can't remember what episode it was. Did we recently do an episode on macros?
No, I don't think so. Oh, we did a bulking and cutting episode, I think.
Oh yeah, we recently did that. So if you right now are like, this is a goal of yours and you want to be like incorporating cardio, food, whatever, go listen to that episode because we go into like way more detail on like cutting versus bulking and like how to optimize using your food and using cardio to your advantage with your goals. But it is important to slick back on the cardio.
Yes, that's just not your priority at the moment. Like there's no reason that any type of cardio should take priority over eating enough and lifting heavy.
Exactly. Number 5 is gonna be abs starting in the kitchen. Obviously you hear this fucking everywhere, but it is so true.
Yeah, if you are not at a low enough body fat percentage for abs to show, they're not going to show. And doing ab exercises doesn't lose body fat in your stomach. You can't spot reduce fat anywhere. Leg workouts don't lose leg fat. That's not how it works. So doing ab workouts doesn't give you abs. It just might burn more calories if you're doing more workouts at the end of your workout. And that's it.
Yeah. So stick to like obviously a clean eating diet. And I hate the word clean eating because like
I just don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, like we don't know what else to call it, like to be honest, but like you can't be taking advantage of like
a Whole Foods.
Yeah, like Whole Foods, a lot of like nutritional value in your meals and you're set to go. But abs are not going to be made from, you know, hitting core 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah. And you can have like a very tiny waist and still not have your abs.
Yeah.
Showing.
And that is why number 6 is going to be engaging your core during your compound lifts, then after time, like we said, like if you start to lose body fat percentage and you see, you know, you are able to actually incorporate core into your workouts to see your abs, then you can incorporate an ab like circuit at the end of your workouts into like your workout routine. But for the time being, like incorporating core engagement in your compound lifts goes such a long way.
Yeah, like so many things really use a lot of your core. Like I feel like when I do like barbell reverse lunges, like something where I have to like really balance, I'm like using my core like a motherfucker.
And if you're wondering like, holy shit, how the fuck do I do that? One thing that really helped me with engaging my core in any of my lifts is like between each rep, when you are about to brace for a rep, act as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach and you want to brace your stomach for that punch that you're about to receive. And that is you engaging your core. And you want to do that between literally each rep when you are doing it. So like if you're about to squat and you have the barbell on the back of your shoulders and you're about to brace for impact, you are going down into your squat and you are bracing your core as if someone's about to punch you in the core, and you want to have a strong core because it's not going to hurt as bad.
Yep.
And you do that in between each rep.
Yeah.
Number 7, stick to the basics of your glute movements. I see way too many people overcomplicating things. Believe it or not, the basics are going to get the job done. And we love the basics.
Yeah. If you are doing like squats and hip thrusts for your main movements, let's say, keep those as your main movements for months and months and months on end before you switch anything else. And now I'm very pro. I get it. Sometimes you're in the gym like for fun and sometimes you get bored, and that's just how it is. So yeah, like at the end, like there's sometimes different things you want to do. Don't beat yourself up about it. You know, the thing you want to use is taken and you got to do something else. It's not going to kill you. But for the most part, like I start every single glute day recently with barbell RDLs, and I won't switch that for a while. Then it's like maybe at the end I'll do something different for fun, but you should be keeping your movements pretty much the same for months.
Yeah. Some of the basics that we love are going to be hip thrusts, glute bridges, abductors, sumo deadlift, sumo squats, split squats, and like reverse lunges. Anything where you are like fully targeting your glutes. I love them. I'll usually stick to like 2 at a time, like as my like compound, like heavy lifts, and do those, like Taylor said, for like weeks on end. And that's when progressive overload comes into play, and you really want to focus. If you're not going to be changing the reps, make sure you're changing the weight at least. Or like if you're going to be changing or sticking to the same weight, make sure each week you go back, you are trying to push yourself for like an extra rep or 2.
And then going really, really intense on the accessory work and the isolation work at the end of your workout. Like when you're doing something like hamstring curls, going really slow, really controlled, really pushing really, really hard on it. Cable kickbacks hard, hyperextensions heavy, things like that will give you a great pump when you leave, and will really just like help fill out and like mold your butt to like the shape that you want. And you want to like do them hard and like with purpose.
Yeah. Number 8 is going to be taking your creatine and incorporating protein powder. Yeah. Those are the only real supplements you need. I fell victim years ago to taking every fucking possible supplement, thinking that it was going to do something, when realistically I was just wasting money. It was all going down the drain and nothing was really coming of it other than the creatine and the protein powder.
Yeah, creatine is just so nice for building that muscle, giving your muscles more energy to use in the gym. It is the most studied supplement. There's so many brands that you can take to get it. Really easy. Take it every single day, 5 grams every single day. And then protein, yeah, just get your protein in your diet. I think everyone knows that now for muscle growth, but yeah, you don't really need anything else. There's literally like they sell gummies that are like grow your glute. Like what?
Yeah, no.
Stupid.
I used to think like those like were actual things. I never fell victim to buying gummies to like grow muscle or anything, like any of those like things that were advertised, but seeing those, I just don't understand how people like take such advantage of people in like such vulnerable states of their lives in the fitness industry that are like wanting to like change their appearance and like listen to somebody that they look up to and like get fucking manipulated into buying like a ridiculous fucking supplement. Like it's insane. So stick to the basics. Don't waste your time on anything else. Put all your effort into your lifts, into the kitchen and the foods you're eating, and take creatine and use protein powder, and I promise you, like, the results will come. So don't waste time on anything else.
I'm like looking at these right now. I'm like, what is in these?
No idea. And then number 9, we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, is going to be eat foods with good valuable nutrition. We know that, like, you totally can with, like, your results go into a cut, go into a bulk, but, like, just because you're in a bulk doesn't mean you can just, like, throw some shitty food into your body. Like, doesn't mean you can be going to fucking McDonald's, like, 3 times a week, or going to fucking Chick-fil-A 3 times a week. Like, make sure you are eating good to feel good. You want to make sure, like, that's how you're feeling. Like, Taylor and I, we bulked. Like, we had fucking Pop-Tarts, like, all the time, all the weeks. Like, lots of, like, refined, fake fucking shit. Like, but looking back on it, like, my digestion was shit. I was bloated all the time. I fucking hated it. Like, the bulk got way too much at that point. I was like, oh, my God, like, this sucks. But, like, if I were to bulk again and I went back into doing it, like, I would try my best to eat better whole fucking foods and eat better for my body, for my energy, to feel good and not feel sluggish.
Yeah, and then that's when people are like, how are you growing your glutes? But, like, your stomach is kind of lean. It's like, well, your digestion's better. You're not eating foods that are, like, retaining so much water in you. You're not bloated. You're not puffy. Like, you're not just, like, feeling shitty. Like, you feel good when you eat food that's not crap.
And keep in mind, I know, like, we fucking eat, like, shit sometimes, like, on the weekends.
It's
like,
most of the time. Eat good food most of the time.
Like, I got a lot of frozen foods, and at the end of the week, I am consuming those frozen foods because I get lazy. But, like, if it's your everyday thing, like, Monday to Friday, like, try your best to, like, meal prep, make home-cooked meals, like, don't eat it as much. But, I mean, if on the weekends you want to eat out once or twice, 3 times, it's whatever. It's fine. But just know how your body feels. Like, if you are feeling like fucking shit, you're feeling bloated all the time, you're having lack of energy, put into consideration, like, the way you are fueling your body.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And then number 10, this is, like, our favorite one, and we're going to go on a little bit of a tangent with it. And that is going to be, at the end of the day, your genetics are going to play a huge fucking role with this transformation of yours that you want. Everybody's different.
There's some girls that we know that are built small waist, giant butt. They're just built like that. Never been to the gym a day in their life.
Yeah.
And
like,
that is just
gifted
how they're built. And then there's people like us that were built like doors. And, like, to me, I've made a huge glute transformation. But guess what? My glutes will never be as big as some other girls because that's just not how I'm built. And I'm not going to force my body to be different. I'm not built like that. I'm not built for, like, that size butt. Yeah. My body doesn't really do it. And that's okay. But, like, my body, like, I get asked all the time, like, what ab exercises I do. My abs show. They have since I was a kid. That's just how it is. And, like, I could probably make a boatload of cash selling you some ebook on, like, my ab routine or something. But that's just not what it is. I don't really do abs. It's literally genetic.
Yeah. And another thing to also keep in mind, too, is there's lately been a lot of talk about steroid use in the fitness industry. And when it comes to, you know, looking up to any of your favorite content creators or anyone that's stepping on stage or anything like that, 99% of them are probably using steroids. So that is just something you need to keep in mind. Like, if you look up to a certain content creator and they're stepping on stage and they are in the professional level of, like, competing,
they're
and, like,
not even all professional, they're still doing it.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
anyone that really competes, really.
Yeah. If, like, you see that, like, just know, like, that is not a sustainable, like, lifestyle approach to achieving the dream body of yours that you want. Like,
I feel like it's kind of like altering your genetics.
Yeah. Like, it is altering your genetics.
Because you're adding, like, hormones and stuff that your body doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. So that is just something to keep in mind. And, like, this has been, like, something that has, like, been, like, so frustrating for myself in this fitness space, because literally, like, a year ago, I didn't realize steroids were used at so much as they were in the fitness industry
for girls
until I started hanging around, like, more people in the industry, and, like, we would sit down, like, off camera talking about it, and, like, they would mention that they're on, and then they would mention other people are on, and I was fucking mind blown. And I was honestly a little bit disappointed because, like, at the time, like, yes, I'm in the industry with these people, but I still look up to these people.
Right, like, they looked crazy.
They look crazy, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, if I work hard enough, if I do this shit, like, I can look like that. But it's like, I'm not gonna like put myself down in that way of like, I could never get like that. Maybe 10 years from now.
No, but there's a certain level that you can't really get to without being like on something. There's really a certain level that you 100% you can't get to.
And it's just, you need to really fucking keep that in mind. Like, yeah, they're going to preach their leg days. They're going to preach, like, that they're on prep, that they're eating super clean. But, like, they're not talking about the fact that they're, like, on shit.
Which I think is crazy. And I told Sam this right before we started recording. If we were hiding the fact that we were on shit, we'd be so canceled.
Yeah.
People would come for our fucking neck.
I don't know why people on the internet in the fitness industry hate us so much. But let it be. Let it be. I love being the fucking
we would be
talk of the town.
Canceled like, in a heartbeat if we were like not telling people that we were on a cycle.
Like the amount of people within the last year that have started competing that just like hopped on shit and are a different human being now. Like when you look at their like physique, they look so which they look fucking amazing.
Just
like,
tell people great. That you're on
but
something.
Tell people don't censor your comment section. So that, like, if someone asks, the comment doesn't go onto the comment section.
I think you should just...
Or you delete shit.
Yeah, you should just tell people what the fuck you're doing. And then, like, I get it. Obviously, you work hard. You do your cardio. You go to the gym. You eat. No one's saying you don't.
Yeah,
you
no one's saying that.
Obviously do. But there's a certain level that if I did everything you do, I wouldn't fucking look like you. Exactly. Like, there's a certain level that I just can't surpass.
And with steroids, too, like... You are able to lose weight so fucking quickly. Like, you can keep off the weight. And, like, when it comes to, like, stage lean versus, like, regular person lean, there is a huge difference. And if you don't mention that you're not, like, if that content creator doesn't mention that they're on steroids, people looking at them are going to think, like, oh, that lean is healthy. I can attain that type of lean and get to that lean. Whereas, like, that content creator is on steroids and it's like easy for them to keep it off.
I think it's also like something interesting to point out that like it also helps you win competitions, but it also gives you so much engagement because these people look insane and like they get so many views because they look crazy. And then it's like I get comments being like, well, you look the same for 2 years. And I'm like, well, one, like maybe I do look similar. I like obviously know myself, so I know the areas I've changed, but like I'm so much stronger. Like I make progress in the gym every single day. But like when I get those comments like you've looked the same for 2 years, it's like, yeah, because like I'm just trying my best out here, dog. Yeah, like I'm not competing. I didn't start a cycle. Like I'm not doing all of that. Like I'm just a normal girl that goes to the gym. And now like everyone started as like normal girls that go to the gym, and now people are like going to the max.
When you want to compete, it's like you get the newbie gains, but then like after like 2 years, like you kind of plateau a little bit and you plateau. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to take it to the next level and you want to like compete, you kind of gotta like hop on something in order to like,
and like we want to win.
Yeah, you want to fucking win, especially if you're stepping on. Like if I were to compete, like if I was on stage with a bunch of other people that are on shit and I lost and I was natural, I would blame it on the fact that I wasn't on something.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, like I just lost because I wasn't on something and all those girls were on something.
Yeah.
So like I can understand and see why like everyone that steps on stage does end up taking something, but it's like
I just think you should
in the fitness
say that you're on
space,
something.
Especially when I would say 90% of your followers are probably not competing. Like it's something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, because you're not just followed by bodybuilders.
Yeah, you're not just like normal girls that are just wanting to look up to you as a fitness inspiration.
Yeah.
And they probably, a lot of people aren't aware of that.
Yeah, like if I, like, we don't care at all that you're on something.
No, I don't give a fuck.
I just think you should tell people.
Yeah.
It's the same way I think, like, if you get plastic surgery, you should tell people.
Mm-hmm.
You should come out. Because there's, like, that slight responsibility of just, like, being a decent human being. So I think you should just, like, tell people for the sake of your audience. And, like, because I genuinely didn't know that people were.
I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known if I wasn't in the fitness space and hanging around people and like word of mouth.
Kenzie Vance is one of the only people that posted outright that she wasn't natural. And she's like the only person I've ever seen do that.
And she even like looked insane to me before she was taking shit.
Right. But like the fact that she posted about, like, she's like literally the only person that posted about it.
But I don't know. That's just something we wanted to like kind of put out there and like
I think
have
it's
you guys
interesting.
keep in mind.
I think it's interesting conversation too, because it's such a big thing in the male side of the industry to be like natty or not, like are they natural or not? And it's like not natural guys look crazy. Like they don't look like, we go to the gym every day with dudes that are natural, that are in the gym lifting every day and work hard. They don't look like the people you see on Instagram. And the guys in the gym that are on steroids look insanely different than the guys who aren't. Yeah. You can tell by looking. And it's not a measure of working hard. They're all in there all the time. We're at the gym with the same people all the time. And the guys that are on steroids are clearly on steroids. Same way that like if you see a girl that looks like too good to be true, it is. Yeah. And it's nice to know that you're not doing something wrong. Because I get comments like, but I've looked the same for X amount of time. Like, what am I doing wrong? Who are you comparing yourself to? Because that's huge to remember. That it's okay to go a year or two looking kind of the same in photos. It's really okay.
Yeah. And like another thing too is like, I like to keep in mind of like, even if someone claims like that they're not on things, like at that moment, like they could have been on something like for even like 6 months. Yeah. Like, or like someone that's been like in the space for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And maybe 1 year of the 10 years they took something, but they'll claim like natural. This is like for guys, I'm saying. Yeah. Like it's so crazy.
It really is. Like it's weird knowing like how common it was. Like when we learned how common it was, we were shook the house. Yeah. I was so like, what the hell? So it's just something to note.
Mental note. Take that mental note. And do not compare your journey to anybody's other than yourself on your own. Take progress photos. That is like the most motivating thing that I did when I first started my journey, was taking those progress photos, comparing myself. Don't fucking compare yourself though, like a month away. Like don't take a progress photo and look like a month into it. Like, well, I don't see a lot of big progress. It's going to take time. You will notice the changes after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Mm-hmm. But don't be so hard on yourself and trust the process. Stick to the basics. It's super fucking easy. You probably thought you were coming into this episode thinking we were going to have like the 10 fundamentals. We're going to be like all these crazy fucking things for you to do. But no, it's probably things you've already heard.
Yeah, just stay consistent for like at least 2 years. Yeah. And then check in where you're at. But like stay consistent for a long time. And this literally goes for anything. Obviously calling it like slim waist, big ass is just like funny. Yeah. And like for the girlies, but this could also go for like big shoulders, big like this stuff still applies. It all.
Yeah. I also don't know if we said this too, but like another thing to keep in mind with this whole thing is like, if you're growing your glutes, like a lot of people store fat in different areas. Like if you're growing your glutes and you need to be eating more, you're probably at the very beginning of your journey going to be putting some weight on in your midsection. So like,
which is why I go slow and trust the process.
Yeah. So just trust the process. Don't freak yourself out. Gain some muscle, gain some weight. And then if you have really noticed like the oh my God, fucking can't speak. The glutes have grown. Then you can go into like a little mini cut and have a slim waist, big ass.
Yeah. You know, summer's coming up. Slim waist, big ass.
Fuck yeah. So excited.
Put that on a t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, we have merch and the hats are flying off the shelves these days. The hats are flying off the shelves these days. We went through a little, the hats were really in stock. It was winter. No one really cared about the hats. Now that it's summer, the hats are going, baby. So get your hands on a future MILF hat while you can. They're the best hats. I get complimented on it every single time I leave the house in it. They're truly impeccable. And then the t-shirts are pretty low in stock too. But get a hat while you can because they're flying off the shelves. And I guess that's it. Mm-hmm. Follow us on Instagram, the podcast. Follow each of us on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars.
All right, guys.
Bye. Love you.
Love ya.